we're back on the show. Talking Sunderland and everything you know. Conrad's got the numbers, proper stats machine. Mike's optimistic, living out the Mackems dream. Bowers keeps it steady, cool and level-headed. Wayne's already moaning, man, I'm shattered, I need my bed. Baby, are you ready to go? Let's get carried away, man, let's steal the show. Midweek Mackems every Wednesday night. Veterans passionate in the red and white.
Yes, we're back and we're on the right nights this time. Yay! You need to change that song to sometimes every Wednesday night.
Well, that kind of defeats the point, though. Sometimes every Wednesday night, except sometimes when we can't do it.
Nobody
Definitely not on weekends.
Makes sense, Michael. Nobody had it said. Hello, everyone. Sorry, we're live. How you doing? We've got the complete wrong background on. This is where Conrad's media degree really comes into play. He's not even changed the background.
I didn't say I did continuity.
Yeah. Whether you're tuned in on Black Cats TV, Only Fools and SAFC, or Michael Bowers 541, welcome one and all. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff that we like. Conrad, been a while. How's your week been?
It's been all right. Yeah, it's better when we have something to talk about. We've got two things to talk about. Two games we've.
Do we have to talk about both?
I think that the context of one will lead into a nice little retribution in the second. So why not?
Okay. Michael Bowers, how are you doing, sir?
I am not doing too bad, and I was just going to make a joke with Conrad there, saying the things that have happened that the other two will probably have no idea about is all the trailers for Avengers Doomsday coming out.
Yeah,
but if Mike and Wayne are not into Marvel, then looks on their faces, they're like, "No, what the hell is that?"
I don't mind the Marvel film.
I don't mind it, but I'm not like following it. Like, what's the writer said this week?
The next trailer will say Granit Xhaka will return in Avengers Doomsday. The amount of people that they're bloody promoting.
Yeah.
So
and then we're going to say and then we'll say Osama Dembele will feature in Avengers Secret Wars.
Exactly,
something like that. But anyway, to answer your question, Mike, I'm not doing too bad. Have you been doing all right?
I'm good. I'm excellent. Thank you very much. And Wayne, Only Fools and SAFC, how are you doing, sir? Big travelling today for you?
Big travelling. I've been to Folkestone, of all places, for 2 days. Apologies anybody watching from Folkestone, but it's a shithole. But I'm back in God's country now. Raring to go.
You left Sunderland, that's not good enough. Like
shocking, mate, shocking. But looking forward to catching up. Been a while and a lot to discuss tonight, I suppose.
Yep. So we've got to get on quickly because we've got Wayne's bedtime looming as always.
On the clock. We're on the clock.
On the clock. We're all on the clock.
So we've got 56 minutes and however many seconds.
Okay. Well, Brentford, we lost. Okay. Next game, Everton.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we've got to talk about Brentford. Was it the setup? Was it the team? Was it the lack of players? Conrad, what was your thoughts on the Brentford lineup when it was released?
Oh, I thought if you just hadn't added that last bit of the question, I was going to go, no, it was a fucking stupid decision from one player. But yeah, no, I mean, did Rigg start instead of Mayenda? Is that happened at Brentford, didn't he?
Yes.
Double check.
Yes, Rigg started out.
That was a big thing for me that we took Mayenda off, who had a great game against Spurs. I thought had an even better game against Man City, and I thought, is nailing down that sort of right wing position while other people are away at AFCON, and then suddenly saw Chris Rigg was in the team, and it was like, well, that's a completely different thing, especially when they've got Rico Henry, which I think Wayne sent a thing in saying he's like the lowest rated performer in their team. Fans' opinion, of course, on Finalysis, I think it is, but yet he's fast. That's the one thing he's got, is fast. So surely you wanted Mayenda almost up against him, almost as that second striker. So Rigg being in from the start was a bit baffling for me.
Yeah, I like to see people get a chance, and maybe he thought it was an easier game, so he'd play start Rigg, but I don't know. Michael Bowers, happy to see Rigg starting in there. What was your feelings on the starting lineup?
I felt like the starting lineup would be Rigg would offer a bit more defensive solidity, which, looking back at it, since we're letting 3 goals. But I think the lineup, I think the lineup, I wouldn't have been a bet against Rigg starting because of the fact we've had, what was that, like our 4th game in like 10 days or whatever it was. So I think there was a lot that was being asked of the lads. And bearing in mind, we have to mention one of those games was against Man City, which would have took a lot out of us, especially going into the second half of Spurs and then Brentford. But I think the lineup was. I don't think the lineup was serviceable enough, but I felt like it just felt like a game too far for me to really sort of pin down. And I've got to be fair to Brentford; they actually were pretty good on the night. I think it's poor losing 3-0 to them. I don't necessarily think it was a 3-0 game, but they were definitely deserved winners, no doubt about it. And yeah, I was of the opinion that I think the missed penalty, although I do stand by, and Conrad was particularly vocal in our group chat, which was quite funny. But for me, although it was stupid, and thankfully Lafay had a bit of a redemption arc on Saturday, just gone, I felt like the way we reacted to the missed penalty was very poor. I felt like the way that we let our heads drop, I thought was quite poor. But like I said, you've got to be fair to Brentford. They're a good side, and it's easy to see why they've got a good home record.
Yeah, I mean, I can't take anything away from Thiago because his runs.
He's a monster, isn't he? Honestly,
he's the kind of striker
you come up against by a mile this season.
Definitely, he's one of the kind of strikers you want to sign that makes that run. Wayne, did Labrie get it wrong?
Speakman Mike's giving you a hint, just saying.
Did Labrie get it wrong playing Rig and the formation and stuff, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'd rather have seen Mundle play and have a Dingra on the right and Mund on the left. I don't know why he put Rig there. The only thing I can think of is because he took my end out, is he maybe thought Brobby couldn't play a full game. So he had my end on the bench to bring him on after 60, 70 minutes. But as it happens, Brobby ended up playing the full game. But I didn't know if that was in his plans where Brobby came off. Was it against City with a little bit of a knock, didn't he? So we thought he might not even play a full stop. Obviously, Wilson was injured as well. So maybe that was in his thinking. But I wouldn't. For me, Chris Rig is not ready for the Premier League. He's nowhere near ready. And even worse, playing him out of position in the Premier League, it's even worse. So for me, it was a really bad choice and a bad decision. But you know, he hasn't often getting it wrong this season. But for me, he got it wrong big style, the way we set up against Brentford. I mean, even Trey Hume at left back for me was a strange one and all. I thought, you know, the times he's played there, he looks uncomfortable. The balance of the side guns out the window. So strange.
Odd decisions. But we've seen him make mistakes. He's not like a really experienced manager, and we've seen him learn from mistakes. So hopefully he does the same thing. Well, he does do the same thing.
Go to any suitors. Reggie is crap. Please leave him alone.
Yeah, he's terrible. Leave him.
Don't bother going to him. Go for Eddie Howe instead.
I think it's what you were saying, though. I think he's just tried to manage the squad through them 4 games best he could, and you know that was the last game of the spell where I think people have been putting in the comments maybe it's just a game too far. But
yeah, before we start getting the return of all the other players and stuff like that and giving him that depth again, we have to mention the penalty, of course. I mean, we don't need to go through all 3 of their goals because it was they couldn't take anything away from them at all. But the penalty, Conrad, I know you loved it.
Just honestly, if you could play the voice note that I think I did the day after, where it was just like, who the fuck does that? Like, and this is like the day after, just like, yeah, it was the worst thing was we played so bad in that first half, and I think we were almost lucky to go in at only 1-0 down. Really, they'd only let a clear-cut chance went in, but they'd had a few others where they were getting in and around it, and you thought, Alderete's not at it. You know, Hume, like you say, he's out of position over there. Nordy's getting forward, but they're not coming back, and we're sort of all out of it. And we got away with it being 1-0 down. Then the second half came out, and it was like, okay, we're growing into the game a bit like Spurs. We're getting our rhythm going. We're getting our mojo going. This is it. You know, we had Alderete had a header just wide. I think someone else flashed a shot just past the post, and you were like, okay, we're getting in. Then Brobby does a lovely, just a close control and just gets a yard on someone who brings him down. You think, great, we're back in the game. 60 minutes, 1-1. And I honestly thought if we score this, there's only one team that's going to go on and win this because they'll probably be really disheartened the fact that they haven't put us to bed yet and sort of have gone with it. And, you know, it's all if, ands, buts and maybes. And I'd have had no issue with him taking the penalty properly and Kelleher saving it or him hitting the post or just slightly wide of the target. It was the fact that it was just so fucking stupid is what it was. And just, I mean, I might tell you how I really feel as well at one point, but it was just,
Sticky, you're bottling things up, Conrad.
Yeah, and honestly,
non-family friendly version.
It just completely killed any momentum we generated in that game. And then I think 4 minutes later, it was 2-0 down, and you were just like, oh, and then heads went. They started to take off the important players and give them a rest. And Neil came on, Sirkin came on, and 09 came on. And you're just like, right, well, a bit like at City, where they're like, well, game's gone, take them off, which I quite
give the people some minutes. Yeah,
I do quite like that bit about him, that he doesn't just let them sit there and sort of suffer with it or risk any injury or someone losing their head. He's like, off you come. You're too important for that. This game's had its time. But yeah, it was just at the time, if it was 1-1 and then you get that penalty, you go, well, like, it's still annoying, but you sort of go, like, not at 1-0 down. At 1-0 down, you just need to make sure. And he just didn't, and it just completely derailed our comeback in that moment.
It derailed him, I think, because for me, he was having a good game up until that point, and he lost his head. He was completely gone after that. It just didn't nothing was playing out.
I don't understand why Brobbey doesn't take penalties, though. Or
I don't know.
Like, as a striker, you should be going, it's my fucking penalty. Like, I'm having it. And
I feel like they're pre-assigned because nobody seems to even fighting over it or arguing or asking for it.
I thought they zoomed in on Brobbey not long after he was fouled, and he sort of nodded as in, like, it's mine. And I was like, oh, good. I want him to have this. And then you see Enzo step and you go, okay, right, well, you've taken the last two and you've scored them both, including one against Brentford, ironically. But it did feel life imitating art and all of that obviously they missed a penalty when we played at our place, and we went on to have a comeback and get a penalty and take the lead. And then in this one, we missed a penalty and they just steamrolled it from that sort of moment. So
and out of the two, they're the on-form side, so it was always going to be
they're fifth for a reason. Like,
Wayne, I know you love Enzo Lafay, and you were singing his praises the week before and stuff like that. No surprises from you that he tried something stupid like this?
Well, like, my thoughts on Enzo. I've been getting pelters on my channel saying I need to grow up and get over it, and he's saved us fucking plenty of times, and he's been amazing this season. Which, look, I'm not saying he's a bad player, right? But I keep on saying when everybody's fit, he doesn't get in my side. But the penalty he took was so far away from the two he took previously. What was he thinking of? I mean, that's something you try when you're winning 3-0, fair enough. But when you're 1-0 down at a crucial point in the game, you didn't be trying things like that. I mean, everybody's saying, oh, well, 99 times out of 100 the goalkeeper dives. Well, so fuck. He didn't dive. He looked like a tit. So you've just got to put your foot through it and,
Yeah.
And like Conrad says, the momentum totally went after that. I think we'd have won the game if he scores because we were on top. We were the far better side. But as for this, not the centre forwards not wanting to take penalties, I didn't get it.
Brobbey needs to take penalties because I'm afraid even if he went straight down the middle and the keeper didn't move, the keeper will be in the net with him. Yeah,
I've got no problem if Xhaka wants to take them either, though, because he takes them for who, Mike? Who does he take them for?
For Switzerland.
Well done. little tidbit into one video you did for us there.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Michael Bowers, was that the straw that brought the camels back when he missed that penalty? I say missed. It was on time.
And how was the Brentford ground? How was the G-Tech?
It was good. In that moment, the G-Tech was jubilant, as you can probably imagine, apart from the away end, the end that I wanted to be jubilant. But yeah, I mean, I was ready to throttle. There we go, Stephen. No, in that moment, I was ready to throttle Lafay. But I mean, in general, I do think that with Lafay, some of the criticism I think was fair, but I think some of it was ridiculous. Even before Everton, I did think that some of them were going, "Oh, I should be fined a week's wages. Oh, I should be made to do this, that, the other." I'm like, grow up, come on. Like, yes, okay, I agree. It was a silly decision. It was an absolutely silly. Yeah, it was an absolutely silly decision in the moment to do that, and I don't understand why you do that at 1-0 down. The only way I can think of that it remotely makes sense is that because he scored a penalty against Kelleher at the Stadium of Light earlier in the season, maybe he's overthought it and he's tried something different. I don't know. Either way, though, it was poor to do that at 1-0, and obviously it looks worse when we go on to lose 3-0. Because I'm with Conrad. If we score that, even if Brentford do win, they certainly don't batter us, I don't think. But I would even have backed us then to pick up something from the game at the very, very least. So, but look, it's happened. We can't affect it, obviously. And I think, I don't know if you're wanting to segue into Saturday a bit so Wayne can get to bed after about 10 o'clock. But
I was going to do so. I was going to pull out a few comments before we go on to Saturday.
Okay, well, I'll just quickly say this. I am delighted that Saturday... Well, I'm not happy it went to penalties because of the stupid twat of a referee, but I'll get onto that later. But I was quite glad at least he got the chance to score in a shootout and scored the goal in the game, so it was a bit of redemption for him.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get onto that. Wayne has pulled out a pin, thrown a hand grenade straight into the comments, and they're all like, Lafie gets on the left wing. Enzo is such a wonderful player. How does Lafie not get in your side?
Wayne's
Grow
gonna
up,
go.
Wayne.
Right, who am I proving wrong first?
Sorry, Wayne, can't argue.
There's
Agree with
a
you
question
there.
there, right? So if everybody's fit, right? So when Diarra comes back, you've got Diarra, Xhaka, and Siddiqui in the middle.
Doesn't get in the midfield if everyone's fit.
Does Lafia get in ahead of them three players? You can't play him on the left-hand side because we can, but he doesn't. He can't play there for me, and he can't play on the right. So where do you play him?
Centre back.
Up front. Why not?
So that's just my to all them in the comments that are saying that. Where do you play him? Because he's not going to take any of them three. He's not going to take any of them three positions in the middle of the pitch. No.
Just to add to what Wayne's saying, though, this is actually a good conversation to have for once. Instead of going, oh well, if someone doesn't play there, we're knackered. Like, it's nice. See, Lafay I can sort of see where Jimmy's coming from in the sense that maybe to start with, Lafay might start ahead of Diarra.
Yeah,
Diarra
I think
will
he
still be
would
building match
now,
fitness up
yeah.
again. A fully fit Diarra, though, I think it's a different conversation.
Yeah,
but it's a
100%.
one that you want to have because of depth.
Yeah.
If you're going to play him, you're going to play Lafia. You have to play him on the left-hand side because arguably he's more effective out there than Mundle and Adingra.
Listen, if he's happy doing so, I would love to see Lafie coming off the bench at 60 minutes like Isidore would be.
But that'd be a really good use, though.
With
when teams
that
are
much
tiring,
pace.
That's what I mean. When teams are tiring and when we're going to have a different option, there's not many you could probably, for our position as a promoted club, there's not many you could bring on better than Enzo Lafay for me.
Yeah, Siddiqui's on a yellow card. It's 60 minutes in. Let's take him off. Let's put Lafay in, stuff like that, you know.
There you go. But is Lafay a type of player that would sulk if he's not in the starting lineup? Wasn't the rumours at the start of the season when he wasn't playing?
Wasn't there?
That he chucked his toys out the pram.
Well, I mean that's on him at the end of the day if he wants to do that. Sorry, I didn't start this one. It must have been you, Conrad. Evening, lads. So can I add an FA Cup final to my season's hopes now?
Let's get past Oxford first.
No, you can only add the trophy, not the final. If we get to the final, don't. Does Mike have dirt on his face? Maybe. just a bit of bum fluff.
You're saying your beard's scruffy.
5 o'clock shadow.
My beard's scruffy because I have alopecia, right? So there you go. How bad do you feel now?
There you go, Jimmy. That's what it is then.
You can't start Dinger and Rigg both on the wing at the same time, says Tony. Seems like Mundle is staying. Are we going to sign a right winger or put players out of position? Says SJ3000. Tony said, great to see you all together. Hope I can stay awake till the end. Wayne has the same dream.
We've got 42 minutes left, mate. It's fine.
Should have let Robbie take the penalty. I think, yeah, we all agree. Robbie would scare the football if he takes it.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Excellent. So yeah, we go on to we'll leave that one there. There's not really much else we can say about.
So on
Brentford.
to Everton then.
On to Everton. And the first part of call is you Conrad, you went, and Michael, you went. You both went, did you? Yeah, you both went there. And Conrad, you were saying before, I hope he doesn't play the kids and stuff like that. Do you think the Brentford result helped him pick a better team, a stronger team to make up for it? If we'd have won against Brentford, would he have played more kids?
Possibly. I think it probably did help because we've reacted to every single defeat we've had this season, no matter the competition, and gone back to win the sort of following game or get something out of the following game. So I think that's probably, what that was in the back of his mind. I also read he was saying that loads of the better players were asking to play in the game. So your Nordies and your Xhaka and that as well were saying, well, we want to play in this game. We want to do well. And you could see that from Xhaka at the end with how buzzing he was just to win a third round cup tie. He was probably more happy than anybody in the stadium at that point. But I was really happy with the team. I was skeptical at first when I saw 09 starting. If I'm being totally honest, at the start of it, I went, "Oh, really? Okay, then." Well, and I think even in the vlog I did a little video when he ran over to the crowd and went, "It's a big day for you, Luke. Big day for you," and then sort of carried on into it, and he more than held his own in that game. I thought more than did.
Yeah, definitely. What was the atmosphere like at the new stadium, Michael Bowers?
Are you talking from the home fans, the away fans, or both?
The whole ground. It looked like a decent ground sort of
The
thing.
music
What
was
it like?
shite like that.
Yeah, shite music. Honestly, it was like a kid's birthday party. It was ridiculous.
Right. If I have to be honest, I think from our fans, there were patches, and I'm interested to know what Conrad thinks of this. There were patches of our fans throughout the game where I thought it was a bit very loud, then silent, then very loud, then silent. I would have liked us maybe to have consistently made a bit more noise, considering there was nearly 8,000 of us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that was. Maybe there is a reason behind that. I don't know. When it was loud, it was very, very loud.
Can I say from the TV perspective, I could hear the Sunderland fans over any Everton fans.
There was no noise from the Everton fans.
Yeah, there was barely any from. Which, to be fair, to be fair to Everton fans, I think that's probably a home crowd thing more than an Everton thing.
Yeah,
so I don't think there is many home crowds that are particularly brilliant consistently through 90 minutes of constant singing, and obviously a lot of that depends what's happening on the pitch.
Everton.
Well, apart from us, of course.
Yeah, but to agree with you, Mike. Yes, it sort of had moments of like it was really loud, constant for a while, and then it just went off. But I think it went with the ebb and flow of the game. Really, there was long periods in the game where nothing really happened, and it was just sort of milling around the area. Then Nordy has an overhead kick, which starts the Nordy chant, which starts all these other sort of chants on there, and then Mayenda runs past someone, and it starts the Eliza Mayenda chants, and there was lots of bits where it felt like something happened and the crowd reacted to it. Rather than it just being constant. So then Xhaka tackles somebody and it was, we've got Xhaka. It was just... And then Enzo got good reception all the way through the game, though, even before the game.
Yeah, I was delighted about that. But if you notice when there was a venomous chant of "We've got the Fae," well, not even especially when the Fae scored, throughout the whole game, really, but when he scored, I think you could tell everyone was just absolutely buzzing. And obviously, I wish I'd seen Conrad, really, but I can't remember if Conrad was...
I was in the upper tier. Yeah.
Right, well, I wouldn't have been able to see you then because I was at the lower tier. I was pretty much right near the corner. Yeah, that was me when we won on penalties.
No, sorry, it's my wife's walked in, and our little one, who's only like 9 months old, has woken up. 9 months? 9 months? 6.5 months. It was upside down.
Isaac, I believe his name is, isn't it?
No, this is Ezra, this one.
Oh, okay. I like it.
And he's just smiling away. You should be asleep.
Yeah, he's going, Dad, you're talking about Sunderland. Of course I'm not going to be asleep. But yeah, look, so I think what I will say is I do like the stadium, mind. I think it's a really class-looking ground. I mean, I went to Goodison. Nice. I went to Goodison the year, well, the year of all years to go was when we got relegated under Moyes, funnily enough. But I think that the Hill Dickinson just goes all over Goodison any day of the week. I was trying very hard.
It was nice and steep. Is a weird way that because it was so like banked high up, it really felt like you were on top of the players. So you could imagine if Everton get the crowd going and there's like a really big atmosphere in the game, it'd be a really difficult place for an away side because they're sort of right on top of you. Sort of, it's very tall stadium.
Yeah, especially when you've got literally rows upon loads of rows more than normal grounds of home supporters. So I think, and actually I like where it's placed as well. It's right next to Liverpool River on the docks, so it's a really nice sort of location for it. But yeah, I think the home crowd thing, obviously, like Everton fans barely made noise, and I think that's, and again, it's not to dig them out, although it obviously sounds like it. It's a home crowd thing. I think I
blame the manager.
We were quiet against Man City for about 25 minutes, and then they started chanting, "Where's your famous atmosphere?" Robbie went through on goal and really tested Donnarumma, and they shut up, and we just didn't stop for the next stop.
I will say, to be fair, our three best home atmospheres for me have, in my opinion, have been West Ham, Newcastle, and Man City. I think they've been the three. Arsenal, I can't comment on because that was the one game I wasn't able to make. Was good. Arsenal, but what I did here sounded pretty good. But either way, but I think as far as it was concerned, it was obviously our first trip to the Hill Dickinson, wasn't it? So it was nice to go, especially when you have like 8,000 of our fans pretty much going there. But
it's not named after me, Conrad. You can fuck off. It's not named after me.
I couldn't believe I was walking along and I even stopped. My mum who was with me. I went, hang on, wait there. So I sort of like took a step back and sort of like angled it. And so I went, oh my God. And I was like, so people walking past and there's me like going like, look, it's Dick Stadium. Like,
I don't know how many people will be doing that. But Well, but no, to be on to the game though, I think that over the course of the game, we deserve to go through. And I love the response that we had afterwards. And I'm so glad, if you want to ask about the lineup, Mike, if you are, then great segue. If not, then apologies.
That's fine.
Well, all right then. For the lineup, I'm actually very happy that he went full strength, because for me, I've said, look, what are we on? 30 points now, aren't we? Let me just double check. Yeah, 30 points in 10th. We're not going, barring a catastrophe, we're not going down. And if we go down from here, then that is a disaster. But from here, I think we'll be more than all right. So in this instance, although Mike's going to have the opinion that we're probably going to finish in a European place and going to finish in the Champions League, probably, not even denying it either. I love it. Why not give the FA Cup a go? I can understand in the Carabao Cup when we played Huddersfield, although I'd stand by the team we played that night should have been able to beat Huddersfield. But I can understand why he made a lot of changes then, because we only played West Ham and Burnley at that point. We didn't know how well we were going to do. Whereas now,
we were focusing on trying to beat Brentford at that point, who'd just been battered by Forest as well.
Exactly. So, there is that to consider. Whereas this time, at most, we need 10 more points. I know, Wayne, I think in particular, might agree with me on this. I'm still looking in the Prem as get the 40 points first. Yeah. So we need 10 points more.
We'll have 9 more points by February. Is that going to be good enough?
Well, all right then. Well, the ideal thing would be to get 40 points before we play Oxford, but we'll see. If Mike's right, then hopefully we'll see. But either way, look, the point I'm getting at is I would like to give the FA Cup a go. And I understood in League One and the Championship, not taking it seriously, because it's always been you've had an extra 8 games. You got 46 matches across the whole season, 48 really, because we're never finished in the top 2. We were always in the playoffs, and then you've got FA Cup, Carabao Cup to add into the mix as well. And a cup run in either competition would just get extra fixtures we didn't need. Whereas now we're in a cracking position where we can afford to give this a go, and I'm so glad we did take it seriously. And quickly on 09. One Conrad said, I had a similar reaction going, 09, that's going to either be really good or really shit. But for me, he was our best player. I think 09 was man of the match as far as I'm concerned. And there's a few players you could give that to. Xhaka for me, I thought Mundle actually was really good. Roofs for the penalties. Lefay throughout the majority of the game. But I thought 09 was fantastic personally.
I think the year we got promoted from League One, we did get to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, didn't we?
Yes,
yellow kit.
Lee Johnson. Yeah,
that
we
one
lost
time,
Arsenal, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we sort of fumbled our way through it, really, not really trying, and then all of a sudden went, oh fuck, we're in the quarterfinals against Arsenal, right? Okay, let's give this a go.
Yeah, I think facing a Premier League team in the third round, it can be the bogey thing for the FA Cup. That's the moment where you're going to go out or you're going to make a run of this, because look what we've drawn next. It's, you know what I mean? So I think it could be a good thing. Wayne, was it a full strength squad? Were you happy that Lafay was back in the squad after Brentford, not knowing what you know now, but before, when it started, were you kicking off?
Look, based on the goal he scored, what a player he is. What can I say? He's a fantastic player.
I've always said so.
I always said so. I'm not said against him.
Grow up, Wayne.
I'm just pleased that we went quite strong and fair play to him, because he could have easily rested and sacked it off. So even though Luke played, apart from that, it was pretty much really, really strong team, which I was pleased, and I think that just proves we're going to be having a go at this competition.
Jimmy, I wouldn't put it past him.
If he didn't want to qualify, didn't want to have a good go at it, he would have probably sacked it off in the third round. So that's bodes well for the future. But I was really pleased, and that like Luke 09 was my man the match. Well, I thought he was absolutely tremendous. I thought he was really good.
Great.
And even we ended up front. We ended put a good shift in. Mundle looked good against Premier League opposition as well. It was having a go at their fullback. So
I mean, a killer assist by Meenda for the goal though as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I know they had like 8-9 players out, but that you just got to beat what's in front of you. But we more than matched them, and could have been 3-0 at half time.
Should have been.
I mean, Nordy's overhead kick. There was the goal, and there was another big chance.
Didn't Mundle had a shot that
Mundle had 2 shots
that kept the minute at 1-0.
Aye.
Yeah.
So overall, I was really, really pleased at the lineup and justified with the way it panned out. But I have heard, I know that the stadium is quite new, but I have seen some Everton fans have come on my channel and said that the Sunderland fans are the best away fans that have been there so far.
I've heard a few of their fans say that.
I know there's not that many away fans there, but they said our fans were brilliant for the full game. So
I had a comment saying they said this is the first set of fans that have turned up here and not chanted about how we've sold our soul for this shithole. And it was a bit like, I quite like the stadium. I thought it was quite nice, really, to be honest. But yeah, I think it was the first ones that just turned up and actually were just there for their team, not for Like,
not
let's
chanting
have a
negative stuff.
yeah,
about
absolutely.
Well, the thing is, if any Newcastle fans shout "You sold your soul," they want to talk. Put it that way.
I
But,
think there's a lot of similarities between Sunderland and Everton as clubs, though. Really, so
I've
think
got a lot
there's
of
always a
respect
bit
for
of
them ever since the Bradley Lowry thing. For me, I've got a lot of time for Everton actually. But another thing as well, we mentioned, yes, Everton did have, I think, players like Keane, Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, and Alcaraz all out. But you got to remember, we didn't have Ronaldo, Traore, Diarra. You know, we were missing a fair few players ourselves, really. You know, Alderete didn't play, so so there is. Well, Talby, there's another one. Yeah, absolutely. So,
Talby by chance.
who needs Talby when you got the Fae? So, either way, I think. But I was quite happy that he went full strength, because there was a lot of debate before the game about, do you go full strength? Do you make a lot of changes? And I'm personally of the opinion, when you're in the Prem now, right, Mike's going to love what I'm going to say here. Longer term, this is a competition we should be looking to win as a club, in my opinion. I doubt it'll happen this season, unless this is where Mike's going to come in and say, "Grow up, Michael." It is going to happen this season, and we are going to get into Europe by winning.
Get your own catchphrase. It's "Grow up, Wayne."
Wayne's rubbed his negativity off on me a bit, because I was saying this to Conrad the other day that maybe we don't want Europe. Maybe it's a bit too soon and stuff like that. And I'm like, what am I saying? I went and had a stern word with myself in the mirror. And now I'm back to, come on, let's get to Europe.
We'll see. But Mike, so
go on. In the previews that I did, I sort of was like, again, you all knew that I was like, don't you dare play Harrison Jones and Tutti Rov in the starting lineup,
especially when you're going there, isn't it? Like, I don't really want to go there to watch Harrison Jones and Tutti Rov.
Exactly. So, and I was a bit like, if you're the top 10 in the Premier League, you should be realistically looking at this trophy as we could have a good go at this. Like we've who've we lost to above us? United and City. Is that about? Yeah. That's about it at the moment,
Brentford.
Really.
Brentford, Man City, Brentford.
But we've also beaten Brentford as well.
Sorry, Fulham are just above us, so we lost to them as well.
We can put that right soon. So you're sitting there going, well, there's only a few that have beaten us, and we've not had a chance to either beat them back yet or have beaten them already. And you go, well, let's give it a proper go then. If we were like 17th fighting where like Leeds and Forest are, you'd sit there and go, I can understand getting rid of this game. But for me, you should never sack off a trophy competition. You have a realistic-ish chance of winning it, especially as a top 10 Premier League side. You should be going, well, no, let's go for it. We've got decent players and we can have a go at this. The FA Cup isn't like the Carabao where it's midweek and then the next one. You get your weekend off.
Exactly.
The only time fixtures get changed if you get to the semi-final now.
Absolutely.
Designated weekends. And when you mentioned, I agree with you. I think about sacking off the competitions. But does that also include the Papa John's buy one get one free pepperoni stuffed cheese crust trophy?
I wanted to win that every year we were in it. That first year we were in it, where we did get to the final with Portsmouth, I thought was brilliant. When it was a bit like, well, we're in this division, but we shouldn't be. But sod it, let's just have a go. Let's just win it. Let's have a go if you're in it. And then it became a bit like that, the final season, or the fourth season in League One, where I think we were all just sick of our lives. Was like, I don't care, just get promoted now.
Yeah, I think
I've had enough.
I was like, I don't care. Unless we get the free pizza, I do not give a shit about this trophy. Get promoted, please.
Exactly.
Just going back to Luke O'Nien in the game. And I know we've all said, and I've said myself, that Luke O'Nien is nowhere near Premier League quality. But based on his performance on Saturday, do you think he offered us something different by bringing the ball out from the back? Because he set a lot of our attacks came from Luke bursting out from the back and carrying the ball forward. So I don't know, what's your opinion on that? Do you think he has maybe got a potential place?
I still don't think he'd be starting, but he's certainly got a place in the squad. If that's anything to go by.
That's pretty much what I was going to say. I could see him if the choice is having young kids on the bench who have no experience and having Luke O'Nien on the bench with loads of experience and a utility player. He's a great backup in this league. And it's not that he's good. The only thing we're always going to have with Luke O'Nien, and you'll all agree with me, is that nervous. Is he going to do something O'Nien-ish, like ride on somebody's back or kiss somebody or...
Yeah. I thought he had a great game. Was up there with one of was man of the match as well. But Alderete progresses out with the ball, not as fast and as direct as Luke does. Luke's was very like, I'm going. And Ballard is a really good aggressive centre-back as well, bringing the ball out as well. I just think we noticed it more because Luke came on and just sort of, instead of it being sort of out to the left and round, he just drove straight line forward and just sort of, it really did feel like that was part of the plan to bring in because Ballard slid over and Nordy came back across as well, and Siddiqui and Xhaka sort of swapped into it. Felt like they've planned for Luke to do this as well. Whereas sometimes when Nordy bombs forward and then Alderete ends up there, like at Brentford, we were a bit like, well, where is everyone? Like when we lost the ball and quickly turned around. But I think he's more than capable of being a backup and helping. Just sort of, he really helps with the culture for the players. I think as well of getting
huge behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Did you see after the game when they asked him about the rumours about him leaving? He's like, "Well, I'm not going anywhere."
Going absolutely no. He said something
even,
like, "What was it? I'm not going anywhere unless someone tries to force me out, and even then, I'll still probably stay."
If he wanted to leave, I still wouldn't go. So he's gone anywhere. So
again, he's that influential behind the scenes, though. He's
Millwall.
That influential behind the scenes, though, that I don't think it's worth even contemplating getting.
No.
Millwall are potentially submitting a bid for Anthony Patterson on loan.
Millwall?
Yeah.
On loan? I don't mind Patterson going out on a loan.
Where's that come from? Who's put that?
Twitter.
Right, yeah. Be specific. Like, is it Alan Nixon?
No.
Whoa, stop. Get back into the Everton game. How very dare you try and hijack
what are your thoughts on it then, of the whole result and performance?
Well, no, we need to go on to their goal, right? Because I will admit I was really, really ill. This is why I didn't do live commentary of the game, and I slept through their goal, right? I got through like 70 odd minutes
through their goal.
I passed out. Yeah, no, I say slept. I was unconscious.
Did you just go? Well, they're not looking like scoring, and I can afford to snooze. I'm not going to miss anything.
I hear it was controversial. Does somebody want to talk me through?
Yes,
go on, Wayne.
It was an absolute fucking disgrace. To be fair, that John Bruce was fucking shot on all the game. To be fair, it was an absolute disgrace.
Don't hold back, Wayne. Don't hold back.
It was an absolute disgrace. That's one of the most softest penalties I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely disgraceful. And I've watched it back, and I still didn't know if he give it for Trey Hume's tackle or for Xhaka kind of putting his hands on that player's back. I still didn't know what he's given for. That's why I don't know whether I know Xhaka was getting his ends, what he got booked for. But dear me, if that's a penalty, fuck, honest to God. They weren't in the game. He just gave him a lifeline to get back in it. It was an absolutely shocking decision. But him that came on was probably their best player. I think it was his debut, that young lad, and he changed the game for them.
Dived.
It's never a penalty in a million years. It's never a penalty.
He lifts his legs up. It's a dive.
Should we have VAR in the FA Cup if it's available at this ground?
If it's an all Premier League thing, it should be. It should be at all the grounds that have it.
I think it's either yes for all or not at all. So you cannot have it in, like, not in the third and fourth, whatever it is, and then suddenly bring it in for the later rounds. You either didn't have it at all, or not.
Sheffield United fans will disagree with you on that one.
I mean, you can't with early cup rounds. You can't really have it because you can't expect, like,
Macclesfield wouldn't have it against Crystal Palace, but we have it against Everton. I
think it should be not at all, in my opinion. Should just be not at all.
But then that's it. If you're not doing it at all, you can't then go, "Oh, the final needs it though." It's like, no, you've played this whole way. Like,
well, right, okay. So my compromise would be no VAR. That's fine. No Premier League referees because they're shite because they all rely on VAR.
Yeah,
so let's just have League One and Championship referees.
They can't make a decision.
But they're the worst type of referees, though, where they literally, like, they rely on VAR to bail them out, and then when they have to make a call themselves and go the freeze and go, "Oh fuck, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be."
I thought with the penalty there was 20 minutes beforehand.
Is this the shirt pull you're on about?
The shirt pull where I didn't really think it was, but I thought they'd have a case with VAR, but it wasn't given. So I don't know if he was looking for any excuse to sort of just point to the spot to just sort of go, I'll need to level that up here, or if he just felt like getting a bit of overtime in because it was fucking stupid.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, for me,
tackling Mundell in the first half. Was somebody got similar for us in the first half, and he didn't give anything? I'm sure there was a similar.
There was a few like that we got on. So Mundell for me was really like, he lost the ball a lot, but he also had like 5 shots on target for us as well. They were all exactly the same.
He's not quite come back as prolific as before he went.
He's working up to it. I think he's working.
But I
up to
think
it,
he's
Spurs.
getting there. He's getting there. I'm seeing it.
He
But
never
obviously
once
it's
went
a
down the
different
left-hand
caliber.
side, which
No.
we've seen him do. Like every time he went, I want my right foot and I'm going to shoot. And after a while, it starts to be, they know what you're doing. Like they've all got this here.
Worked out.
Yeah,
Right.
the thing that,
Let's cut the shit. Let's think of Wayne's bedtime. The penalty shootout. Right. Going into a penalty shootout, I'm sure you're all the same as me, going, oh my, we don't have a great track record with penalties. How the hell is this gonna go?
up step Robin Roofs.
Up steps Robin Roos. And
Well,
yeah,
the opposite. You're thinking the script's written for Jordan Pickford, then your hometown club to come
I know,
back.
I
thinking,
said the same thing in the ground. I went, my mum went, is this, what do you think? And I went, Pickford's really good at penalties. And sort of just didn't say anything else. And then Roofs must have heard it and just gone, all right, fuck you then.
I'll show you. Right?
Yeah.
He's going, anything you can do, I can do better. I would say when I was going into penalty, the one thing I did say going into penalties, because I just quickly on the ref, and I'll keep this very, very brief. I thought he was borderline corrupt all game with the amount of stuff he was giving to Everton and wasn't giving anything much to us. And again, I've got a lot of time for Everton. I like that their fans were honest and said that the penalty wasn't a pen. I could maybe get with the shirt pull. You've seen them given before, fair enough, but penalty was a joke. That's all I'll say. But the point that to get back on point, when it got into the penalty, so I was raging at the referee. I didn't see it live with their penalty, but when I watched it back on Twitter, I was like, "That's a disgrace."
I messaged you, Wayne, to be like, "What is that?" Because I was like, almost right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
that was me.
Yeah.
I was right above it and just sort of went. I don't even know what I'm looking out for.
But
like if I was meant to watch it
the point
again.
I was getting at was, if we got the penalty shootout, I thought if there's any sense of justice, we win this shootout here because it has been an absolute joke. But like Conrad, like Wayne, like you guys have said, I was went, oh, penalties, we're not great at this. And Jordan Pickford's kind of very good at this shootout thing. But I mean, a couple of Everton's penalties were very poorly hit, so I don't know what they were doing. But with Roofs, I think the raw from and the Conrad will remember this, probably the raw from the first penalty save, really, because obviously they went first, didn't they? So it was more like the raw of
James
oh
Garner
my god,
first.
get in. We've got an advantage in the shootout, but obviously I can imagine what you guys would have been like when Lefay steps up to take the first penalty, and who obviously scored a really good finish, by the way, for the goal, as I know you would have mentioned it earlier. But I was
didn't
so happy.
mince it, hit it.
Pretty much, yeah. I was like going, do the Panaka again. No, don't.
Jam Sani put it on Twitter, and I sort of agreed with it where he went, imagine the bollocks if he'd have Panenka'd it and it had gone in. I'd have been like, I said to you, I'd have been in my seat fuming, but like so happy at the same time of like, you cheeky bastard.
Yeah, because that's the thing, because although Kelleher obviously is a decent goalkeeper, Pickford's a level above, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's one of the best keepers in the Premier League. But yes, it was good to see that he scored it. Obviously, I don't know if you noticed this, but because of how the refereeing performance or the penalty given against us, there was a bit of venom in Xhaka's penalty. If you noticed, like he was he was raging when
There must have been something said between him and Pickford, though, because there was a little bit of when he took
I like that. Yeah,
just going to ask that if anybody's heard anything about that.
I wish I knew
said.
what it was. I know that, I don't know if you saw it, Michael, but obviously the penalty happened and they ended the game, and Xhaka was still having a go at the referee when they were on the sideline, and on the full screen they put Xhaka going, and then as the ref walked off, he went, "Fuck off, you fucking prick." And it was a bit like full screen from the stadium, and like everyone in the crowd went, "Whoa, right, he's not settling for this game, like he's not having." But yeah, that I don't know what that point was about with Pickford, but it was something like, "I've got you." I knew.
They both.
Imagine Jordan Pickford just going, "I want to win, but if we have to lose, go on, have it be Sunderland." It's But I'll tell you one thing though, it's quite good really. If you look at the story of Luke O'Nien in particular, and he obviously scores the penalty that puts us through to the fourth round, and he hit all three penalties from us were very well hit ones actually. So no Panenkas, there's a good start. But
I wonder I wonder if that's it, because Pickford does this thing where he walks out to his 6-yard box, then goes back, and then does his shorts, and then does something else. I wonder if the ref had already blown, so Xhaka just went and just and that was it, because there was a little bit of like a from Pickford that he didn't sort of know, and then he did that like. So I wonder if he was like that could be it. That Xhaka
for the purposes of Spotify, SJ 30,000 says apparently he took it too quick. That's what Conrad's referring.
If the ref's blown the whistle though.
Just another thing as well, though, that psychologically, I think that Everton must have won the toss. I think because obviously they went first,
They
and it was
chose
in
the
front of their
end.
full home
Both
fans,
tosses,
wasn't it?
they won both tosses. To which end and who went first or second?
By the way, having 2 tosses for penalties is bullshit because when you start a game, there's one toss which is, do you want kickoff or do you want to pick an end?
Yeah.
So that's it.
Two tosses for penalties and one tosser as the manager. Do they get a hand?
Yeah,
One tosser as a referee.
But I mean, surely it should be
Yeah.
as a penalty shootout to make it fair. There's one toss. Do you want to go first or
Yeah.
do you want to pick the end?
You want the end.
If you pick the end, they get to choose if they go first, or if you want to go first, they get to choose the end.
Do you reckon that's how they pick if VAR's involved in this? Go, should we toss it? Should we use it? No, that's fine. Because it was
But
a joke.
yes.
That was remember that was given that VAR was used against us for Fulham when Chris Riggs, what we thought Chris Riggs had scored. So it's not able to be used on.
That's true.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, hang on. So it's able to be used then, but not here when we needed it. But it's also not been able to use in the FA Cup, but it was used last night for Newcastle Man City.
Can I just say that Newcastle Man City one is hilarious because they're all good. Semenyo shouldn't play. He's played for Bournemouth in this competition. It's like the only reason that rule got brought in is because you fuckers moaned that Dubravka couldn't play in your final and you had to play Carriers instead. You brought this on yourselves. It's the only reason they changed the rule because you moaned.
Well, let's not talk about them up the road. Thank you very much.
Anyway,
Come
but
on.
yes, you were right. The noise
you
of
don't want to
that
talk about
first.
Saudi Arabia. You sure?
Yeah.
But being serious, I think it was by the end. I think there was a lot of justice that we won the shootout, given everything that had gone on in the game.
Yeah.
What was it like watching at home, you two? Like, I mean, you were asleep, but like Wayne especially.
I was awake for the shootout. I was on the move again for that. It was
class.
fine.
I mean, three fantastic saves by Roofs, and like see, me being a glass half empty person, thought straight away when we were penalties, that's us out. You just think straight away that's us out. Pickford's got to save them all, but to be fair, 3 cracking penalties from us, So
yeah, Bruce, every time he saved another one, I was like, I couldn't have got bigger goosebumps. They were like, at that point.
What was funny though, after the game, when they said, "Oh, did you have the names of the players on your bottle?" He's like, "Well, half of them I didn't know who they were."
I know. Did you see I thought the noise was louder just as the second one was saved because he did that stupid stutter run. And if you freeze it, he does a no-look penalty. He's looking that way and kicks it that way. And Ruth saves it and then just stares him out, just like, and you're a bit like, he's a big lad. And at that point, we were like, he saved 2, we're 2-0, this is great. And I think we all went, he's not going to save 3. He's just not going to, oh my God, he's saved 3.
Yeah, oh my God, he's actually. By the way, can I just say, 11.5 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Robin Roofs.
Did you see what he said to Luke 09? Sorry to interrupt you, Mike.
We'll go on to that. I was going to say that. Yeah, so the icing on the cake obviously was Luke 09 scoring that last penalty as well. Which was brilliantly taken. Showed his experience.
Isn't he 100% in competitive, like in like them
shootout 7 out of 7?
I was going to say shootouts, yes, because he missed one in play against Millwall last season.
In the league, he missed the one, but I think in shootouts he's 100%.
Was it not Hull he missed against? I thought it was Hull. Maybe he missed one in the league. I know he did.
So that was a home guy.
But I think he had all the confidence in the world because what Conway was about to say.
So when Roofs passed him the ball, he said in his post-match interview, they went, "What did Robin say to you when he saved the third one?" He went, "Don't worry, Luke, there's no pressure. I'd save the next one as well." Which is just
class.
It's brilliant.
Just
brilliant.
Class.
I love it.
It's a good time to be a Sunderland fan. And we shouldn't be this happy with 4 draws and a loss like on the table kind of thing. But we knew this AFCON time was going to be difficult. The FA Cup's a nice little bit of bonus to it.
But it's not even just that, though. It's the fact that if you remember, 4.5 years ago, we were losing to Lincoln City in the League One playoffs.
Exactly, yeah.
If you remember that time, I was blackout drunk for 7 years. We've always been up here.
To quote Eddie Hearn, "Ooh, how convenient!" But yes, I've not forgotten the really shit times and yes, okay, it might be the fact we've won the penalty shootout, but if you actually notice, after the shootout was finished, if you remember, just even like someone like Granit Xhaka, as experienced as he is, as he's done as well as he's done in his career, and he's come, and this is probably the lowest ebb he will have been in his career, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to us, but he's been in Arsenal, who've been Champions League regulars. Leverkusen won the title season before last, Champions League regular the year after. But he's come to a newly promoted club, and you can tell how much just winning that shootout means. And that suggests to me look, are we going to win it? No, probably not. But we want to go far in it. Well, Mike, you've just said Wayne's got his negative in.
Having enough of that negative.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you very
going to
much.
win.
That's good.
We're going to win it.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, then. Well, how confused is Mike being negative or not? Yeah, we shall see.
No,
Look,
sorry, go
But
on.
look, at the end of the day, it was great to get through. We deserved it.
Yeah, it was really good. Do we have anything to do this week?
I've quickly put a quiz together, but it's probably shite. But I've just done a who am I very quickly because it is like 10 to 10, by the way.
Is this what you could do with Conrad guessing it very quickly now?
This is why I've made them all dead easy, so we'll get them in the first thing. Right,
Okay.
These are all Palace and Sun, and so who am I?
Patrick Van Aanholt.
Connor Wickham.
I began my professional career at a Premier League giant.
Patrick Van Aanholt.
I joined Sunderland as a young defender and became a regular starter.
Emerson Tome.
I later moved to Crystal Palace and was part of a promotion-winning side.
Kevin Phillips.
He said defender.
I represented my country at senior international level.
Oster?
Oster.
So this player started his career at Man United. He then
John
played for
O'Shea. No, he didn't play for Palace.
2007 to 2009, and then Crystal Palace 2012 on loan.
From us on loan.
No, we had him 2007 to 2009. and then he
McShane?
moved- Paul McShane. Well done, Mike.
Was he? I didn't know he was.
Yeah.
Palace. So did he play for Palace when they got promoted when Kevin Phillips played for them? Huh?
Yes, that would have been it. Yeah.
Mm.
I am a technically gifted wide midfielder.
Enzo Lefebvre.
I was just going to say that.
I had a loan spell at Sunderland earlier in my career. That's not right. That wasn't a loan spell, actually. Forget that. It's not a loan spell. He was at Sunderland 1999 and 2005, I think.
Oh, I'm going to be useless here then.
You've already said him anyway. I was often used on
John
the
Oster.
left-hand side. John Oster? No.
Yeah. That's only because you said I already said him.
That's why I was sitting here like,
We signed him, didn't we? But he wasn't on loan.
yeah. He was
I'm a
shit.
striker who
That'd have been a
started my
long loan.
career. I'm a striker who started my career as a youth player at Crystal Palace and has scored goals in all 4 professional English divisions.
Danny
Chelsea.
did shit. No, Kevin Phillips. No.
I later joined Sunderland and became one of their most reliable goal scorers in a short spell.
Danny Diccio.
I have played for 16 clubs in my career.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
These are actually really good.
Was it
considering.
Wispy Beard? What was he called?
Graben.
Graben.
Lewis Graben. Is that 3 out of 3 for Mike? It cannot be.
Good
Yeah.
guess.
That was really good. Yeah, really good.
That's it. I'm done. I'm
Wispy
retiring.
beard. I like
Wispy
that.
Beard.
I didn't know.
Does that count?
I'd have never have thought he'd have scored in the Premier League.
I am an Irish international forward who was tipped for a big career.
David Connolly.
I joined Sunderland as a teenager with big expectations.
Connor Wickham.
Stephen Elliott.
I also played for Crystal Palace during my early development years. My career included spells in Scotland, Greece, and Iran, amongst other
It's not Roy
countries.
O'Donovan, is it?
Iran.
He was at Sunderland 2007 to 2009, and he was at Palace on loan.
Anthony Stokes.
Anthony Stokes, well done.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
Out of nowhere, that one.
And the last one, I am an Italian striker from a famous footballing family.
Barino.
Marino.
Reno.
Yeah, Barino. Mikel Marino. Yeah. I'm an Italian footballer with what was the second part of that?
A famous footballing family. I wouldn't have said it was a famous footballing family, but
Oh, right. Okay. Well, next
Well,
clue
that's
then.
helpful.
he's got a brother with the same name. Italian. I had a short spell at Crystal Palace after leaving Sunderland.
We didn't have many Italian players. The only ones I can think of are like
Him and his brother were both at Sunderland.
Gabbiadini. Yeah.
Ricardo was there as well. Aye.
Mm.
That's it. That's me done.
That was actually really good. I got 2. Mike won 3-2.
Not bad for Hoyt together in 10 minutes.
I know.
And I
Decent.
won the At Least You Try trophy.
Yeah. Well, I've done a tenable list again for you. I just want the top 10 of these Sunderland's most
Let me get a notepad up.
10 most expensive signings.
Oh,
Now, obviously, we know one. Obviously,
Including this season.
including this season, and it does drop down to the lowest 2 that are joint on 9 million. So I've given you a bit of a range there. So if you want to,
Okay.
Diarra.
Diarra is number 1,
Enzo Lefebvre.
number 2.
It's got to be most of players.
This basically
Dingra.
should be most of last summer, isn't it?
No.
All right,
Dingra.
go with Siddiqui.
Adingra will be 1.
Dingra's actually on this list, but you were right. He should be because he was 20 odd, wasn't he?
25, yeah.
20 million, yeah.
Okay, I will say after those 2, none are on this list, so this list must be outdated.
Did he and Dom used to be our previous highest signing?
Yeah, that's right. He was number
Okay.
3.
Chemsine Talby.
No more from this season. They've obviously got
What
it
did
wrong.
he say? It goes to the bottom end,
He
9 million.
was 20 million and all.
Asamoah Gyan.
Asamoah Gyan is number 4. Yes,
Darren Bent.
is number 6. Now the thing is, I said the lowest was 9 million. Darren Bent is in number 6 with 10 million.
Oh,
So
Okay.
Craig Gordon.
Craig Gordon must be joint like 10th and that, but he's not listed there. But yeah, he
Okay,
was like
I'm
9
gonna
million for a
guess-
keeper. I remember that.
I'm going to guess Fabio Barini is in this.
He is not.
Oh, that's weird, that. Okay.
I think there was rumours we tried to buy him for 14 million that season, then he didn't come, and then we got him the season afterwards, and it was a
I was
lot.
gonna say,
Let's
we've
get
got, like,
some from the
9 million
comments. We've
the year
got
after.
Kazri in the
Granit
comments.
Xhaka. Granit Xhaka must be in there. He was 15,
I
wasn't he?
just said 3 times, none from this season
Oh.
after them. Yeah,
Wait, so you're
Right,
saying rank the 10 most expensive signings and half the ones that should be on there?
yeah,
are?
they've put
Fletcher.
2.
There's a one, name redacted. Is he in there?
Name redacted is in there, yeah, at number 7. And did you say Fletcher?
Fletcher
Indian
says
Crisis did, yeah.
Crisis.
Yeah, Fletcher's in there, yeah.
So who-
Somebody
how
else
many-
said Kazri, but I don't think Kazri was that much.
Kazri is
Was he?
10th with 9 million.
Oh.
Snuck in
Floor.
level with
Las Palmas Mackems.
Jack
Sorry,
Rodwell.
on the floor.
Jack
Jack
Rodwell's gotta be
Rodwell.
there.
Oh,
He
good
is number
shout.
8, yeah, it was
Good
10
shout.
mil.
Good shout, Michael.
I forgot about
Flo?
that.
Flo was not. I believe at the time it was around 6 million for Flo.
How many
if
have
I
we
remember.
guessed so far?
You'd need to get number 9. And actually, I think that's it. Yeah, just number 9 at this
So
point.
that that's going to be 9 million. You said the bottom 2 were 9 million.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He didn't. All right. He didn't perform very well for us.
Well,
this
Greg,
one.
no.
Yeah.
No,
well,
I-
after all,
Andre
things.
Flo, is it
So
Andre
a
Flo?
player that we spent a load of money on that didn't.
So
perform very
Flo,
well for
I
us.
looked up Flo because I thought him, but he was about 6 million. when
Lens
we
is a
bought
good
him.
shout.
That's a good
Lens
shout.
is the one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
9
It was
million.
just when you said
He did
when
score
you
a
said he
cracking
didn't
goal.
perform very well for us. You're going, so a player we've signed for loads of money that ended up doing shit.
Yeah, because he
That's
came with like a
wild
big
Mr.
sort of
Cooper.
like
That
No
was
comment, John.
name redacted.
That's
John.
name
We got that one.
redacted. Yeah. So you're right though. It should be most of the people from this season. Basically, it's just who we signed this season. Actually, when you think about it, but yeah, Kenwyn Jones. I think someone put there. He was 7.
John Wayne
Yeah.
did this. Who am I? What you should have asked was, I signed for Sunderland on a load of money, but did not perform very well. How
That could
many
be
of the
anybody.
following players can you
Yeah, exactly. You can name as many places as you like in
He'll
30
still
seconds.
be like this time tomorrow.
Yeah.
pick? I probably
Then ask who was worth it.
Yeah.
Right, pretty much, not many. Here's the question I've got for you then, because obviously you know I usually ask one, and it was one that's inspired by Connor Bromley, who does his channel with Alt Ending. So it's really good content actually. But there was a question they were asking about: would you take finishing top 6 or winning the FA Cup, stuff like
Yes.
that, right?
Oh,
Well,
sorry, that
this
wasn't
one-
the question. Right, okay.
Well, no, it wasn't the question, but it's particularly for Mike this, because I want to see what he thinks, because he's someone who believes that we'll probably finish winning the league or whatever it is, right? If I offered you right now finishing 17th, but we win the FA Cup, would you
No.
take it?
Yes.
Yes, I would.
Yes, in 100% heartbeat.
100%.
Nope.
100%.
All right,
Why?
let's get-
We beat
right,
the
let's
Mags
get
to a
again.
trophy. We beat the
It's
Mags
not
to
good
a
enough.
trophy more recently. We qualified for Europe, but we
Not good enough.
Tottenham
we
did it
still-
last season, finished 17th and sacked it off just to win the Europa
Right,
League.
let me
We'd
ask
have
Mike this.
look at
then.
the points we're on now. We'd have to lose to everyone, including the Mags again.
No, we can win
That's
one
come
game.
true.
That's that one.
Well, Mike, let me ask this, right? So, if I said to you, we'll either win the FA Cup or we'll finish 6th, which would get you into the Europa League, which would you pick? FA Cup one, by the way, it doesn't matter where we finish. Say we finish bottom half, we win the FA Cup, or we finish 6th and no FA Cup win. Which do you take?
I'd take the cup just for the silverware.
But you wouldn't
Of
take
course,
17th
take
and winning the FA
It's the
Cup.
same thing, innit?
No, 17th not good enough.
We still
16th. 16th in the FA Cup.
Do you want me to give you
16.
the reason? Do you want me to give everyone saying it's easy and yes, we'll do that. Yes, we'll do that. Do you want me to give you the reason? Is we've already attracted the peak of what we can attract in the transfer window with this team. If we finish one place off relegation, that's not appealing to anyone coming
Just
into
because we'll
this
be in
team.
Europe. We'll be in Europe.
If we finish 7th, 8th, 9th, or challenging for Europe, we're going to attract better players next season.
But we'll be in Europe if we win the cup,
We'll be
regardless
in
of where we
Europe.
finish.
But it doesn't matter. You'd still struggle to attract them if you're a relegation fighting
Look at
team.
Arsenal with their second place trophy all this time. It doesn't matter. You need to win something after a while.
All right, I'm gonna ask him again because I want to.
You're just going to repeat the question
Sorry,
until he
Wayne.
gets the right answer.
I know it's like 20 odd seconds past your bedtime,
Oh,
but I
crap.
think you might find this funny to see what Mike says here. Would you take finishing in the top? Oh, God.
Chemstein bedtime alert. Chemstein bedtime
Yeah.
alert.
Hello. Right. Okay. If I offered you finishing in the Champions League, I don't think we're going to do it. But say we finish in the Champions League places or in the FA Cup, which do you take?
Champions League.
Champions League's places. It's
League.
money.
FA Cup. I still think FA Cup. You live
Yeah,
to see
actually,
your team
yeah.
win stuff.
Probably. Yeah, I'd probably say FA Cup. But to
It's-
hear
it
the
may be- it
Champions
makes
League
me-
theme at the stadium, I like would
Yeah,
always
it
be
makes
a
me
proper
debate
dream
it,
for
but yeah, I would still
What's
say
going to get you
FA
the
Cup.
most money? Champions League.
But it's fine, Wayne. We'll finish FA Cup and then we'll win the Europa League next season.
Yeah.
It's fine.
2 years later. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I want to see us win something in my lifetime, and thankfully,
Good
after
Good job.
a
We've got
decade,
some
we're back in that
quality viewers
Conrad.
in the chat. That's all I'm
Conrad.
saying.
Papa John's.
We've won the
trophy.
Papa John's Trophy. That's it, aye.
Yeah. And the 2-player final trophies.
Absolutely. No, I know what you mean. Something major for a club of our size. Yes,
Mm.
I'd love to see something like that.
Right, Palace next. Come on.
All
Oh,
right,
he's
then.
staying up.
I'm
He's
just
staying up,
highlighting-
everyone.
Oh, okay,
Highlighting all the
right.
people that are agreeing with me. Right, yes. So we'll go to you first, then, Wayne. For in case you have to fall asleep in your chair. Palace. What's the lineup at Palace? Because we're going to have a lot more to select from now. Wake up, Talby. Wake up.
Well, I think we'll probably be able to be pretty much, apart from Diarra, will be our strongest lineup, wouldn't it? Because everybody should be about back.
Traore might be injured, they said.
I try right in. So I think we'll probably have roofs. It'll be probably Nordi, Ballard, Alderete, Reinildo, then Jacques Assadiki, probably Lefebvre with Talby. Is Talby back or is he not back? He not be willing.
No, he's only played 16 minutes all tournament, someone said. But regardless of what happens to either team, which Senegal are in the final, they'll have a third place playoff
Then
to do.
I'd probably have Mundle on the left. I'd probably have Mienda on the right with Robbie up front. I wouldn't have a Dingo in because a Dingo for me is still not. He showed glimpses and he's got potential, but for me, he's too weak and too lightweight. I thought he was shocking against Everton again. Really poor, too lightweight. So that would be my side.
I tend to agree that I'd like to see Mundle start to get him more game time.
Well, I
to
thought
get him back.
Mundle played well against Everton. I thought he was direct and he was attacking, so I thought he had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'll be smarting from getting beat off Macclesfield. They'll be right up to put that right from last weekend. So, although on paper they're in a bit of a bad run, with Gooey leaving, whatever he's called, and maybe leaving, and Glasner, that sort of stuff. So, but it's still going to be a difficult game. They're a good side, Crystal Palace. They're a really, really good side on the day. They've got Brennan Johnson in there now as well. So,
And he's shit.
Yeah, but he is. But on his day, he can score goals. So I think it's going to be
trying to get a rise out of Michael.
I mean, they just lost to Macclesfield. We have to keep.
They'll be smarting from that. They'll be really hurting from that. They'll be wanting to come up with you and do your job. So to get back on track. So it's not going to be an easy game. Although on paper, it's probably one of our easiest games of the recent run. These next 3 games, we should be targeting 9 points. But I don't think it's going to be as easy as people think it is.
And Mike's returned the favour by infecting his positivity on the win there.
Yeah.
9 points.
9 points. 9 points. Michael Bowers, what changes would you make going into this one?
Well, I've seen there was it Conrad who put in the group chat that or one of you did about Diarra basically picking up a booking now for Senegal.
Yeah.
So even though I'm guessing Senegal must have got through to the final.
They're in the final,
They're in the final.
Yeah, I thought so. But I think I think I'd be very surprised if he came back I'd love him to come back for Saturday, but I don't think he will do. But I think for this one, I think you've got probably a similar lineup. I mean, out wide, it's going to be Mundle and Adingra, probably if Traore's not going to be there because we're not going to have any other options. So I'd say Lafay in the 10, Xhaka, Siddiqui behind them. Yeah, I think the lineup would, apart from maybe Alderete for 09, the only one I could maybe see happening. Obviously, Reynildo for Serkin, depending how Reynildo is. So in general, not that many. I think it's only going to be 2 changes probably at most. And I agree with Wayne. I think this game is harder than people think it is. I mean, I think, when you've still got the likes of Mateta up front, you've got Pino, I think it is, on one of the wings. It's, there's still there's an abundance of quality there. Hang on, Adam Wharton's still there, isn't he?
Yes, he is,
Also, yes. So, it's going to be a tricky one. I think as much as I know that,
he is behind Diaz, the top scorer in the whole tournament, who plays for Real Madrid in his position. But yes, I know it's frustrating for us because you're like, just bring him home if you're not going to use him.
I know, but either way, I think for me Saturday is simple. If you gain a point, I'm content enough. But obviously I'd be much happier if we do end up getting a win, because obviously the run of form, we know what it's like when we've had a game against a team who's meant to be in a bad run of form. Sunderland have historically been the kings at breaking those ducks for them. So we shall see how it happens, but it's an opportunity certainly with being at home.
Yeah, definitely.
And if we lose, we could be down as low as 14th come the weekend.
Disgusting.
Shocking.
Yeah, no, not happening. Conrad, strongest team forward. Who's starting for you? Are you missing Isidore yet?
I think we are a little bit, but not starting. I think we firmly. Robbie would be a big miss because don't forget he came on against Everton and went straight off. Again, which I think was a precaution for his hamstring injury, which might have affected him at City. So, with Isidore being back and Mayenda being there as well, I think we're just glad to have 2 strikers that are semi-fit, really, at that point. I would still hope that Robbie starts. I would still put Mayenda out on the right-hand side at this point if Traore can't play. And like I say, I think you continue with Mundle because although he got caught out a lot against Everton and tackled a lot, he was also the one trying over and over again to get things done. I think he just needs to find the corner a bit more of the goal because everything else was just straight at the guy in the green in the middle of the goal every time. Your midfield is the same: Enzo, Siddiqui, and Xhaka. It has to be. Hello.
That was class, that.
Yeah. And then your defence, I think you've got to put Reynildo and Alderete back in for Serkin and Luke 09. And then Patterson in no joking. Roof stays in.
Simon Moore in goal.
Yeah. That's the way I'd keep it. I mean, I know we say that they're on a bad run of form, but in the league, we've won the same amount of games in the last 6. And we last beat Newcastle. Their last win was the week before that. So we're both not exactly flying at the moment.
We didn't lose to Macclesfield, though.
Yeah. But
to be fair, though, if they beat us, they go above us.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Oh, they had a great start to the season and went on. And I'm hoping that that's not what we're going to be saying if we lose this game. Well, we had a great start and now we're here sort of thing. So I really think we should be trying to win this game. I just think it's going to be trickier than we think because of their reaction to losing to Macclesfield. Like they've lost the other games in the league. They weren't playing necessarily well, but there wasn't really that sort of urgency to get it. And then you get beat by Macclesfield and you are now historically the biggest discrepancy in the 2 teams that have ever been knocked out of the FA Cup. And it's a bit like you need to react to that. And what better way to react to that than go to an undefeated side and beat them?
Yeah. Well, I think you're all just trying to spare your feelings in case something goes drastically wrong. I'm very, very optimistic.
Well, go on, then. What are you going to say then?
The Fortress of Light. I mean, we're going to go with the strongest team. I think you've nailed the team anyway. Alderete coming in, obviously, and just making the changes that, Serkin, he's done all right. He's not come
I'm fine
back.
if he plays. I'm not that bothered if Serkin plays, but I'd rather Reynildo.
Yeah, I'd rather Ronaldo. That's the problem. I don't mind Circuit. He has come in well, but it depends what condition Ronaldo's in now. But yeah, the strongest team forward, I would start Robbie. Exactly the same. Isidore off the bench. I've always said that anyway. I want to see Mienda start as well. On the right, he's providing a lot for us. And Mundle, between Mundle and Adingra, I know I'm Mundle's biggest fan, but I think they're both suffering the same sort of thing at the moment, where we know they've got brilliance in them and it's just not quite coming off. So I'd like to see Mundle start and get some more game time, and hopefully he comes. I
think Mundle tracks back. Adingra's tracking back is non-existent, absolutely non-existent.
It doesn't need to when Ronaldo's there. That's the thing.
If you've got Ronaldo, you've got more chance of seeing Adingra. If you've got Sirkin, I think you're playing Mundle and just hope that the two of them are, competent between them.
Can I say another thing quickly, though? I've noticed on Saturday, I forgot to mention this earlier, it's noticeable how much we miss Siddiqui, by the way. And it's nice that the fact that he's back is massive.
He was my man of the match. I know you both said 09, but the difference he made in that midfield for us and even getting us out of tight spaces was
no, phenomenal. I agree. So the point is, for this game, I'll be really happy with Siddiqui back with Xhaka. Well, unless, of course, he gets injured in training, no one I'll look.
There's none of us have mentioned Getrauda. I mean, is he out?
Oh, it's mad that. We have to sign him, but yet we never actually put him in sort of situations.
I mean, you could put him as a midfield three, to be fair.
Feels like he's that player that's good enough to fill in, but he doesn't come straight to your mind for the starting lineup, right? He doesn't quite.
He's never let us down wherever he's played. He's a really, really good player. But,
do you guys make that deal permanent this window?
I would.
I would.
Yeah. Right, get your score predictions in the chat now.
They don't count. They don't count.
Yes,
they do not
we'll
count.
tell you that. So for our league, you've got to get them in the preview video. Okay, your score predictions in here is just for us to get a gauge of what the crowd's saying, what everyone's thinking, and what kind of your mindset is.
You can comment them in this video after, or in our preview video.
In the
Friday.
comments below, not in the live chat, because we can't go back on it properly and look through it. So it's not fair that way. So Conrad sorted out all his errors. But now we need to.
My errors.
But now we need to sort it. So get your score prediction in there quickly. And Wayne, what's your score prediction for this one?
I think it is going to be a really, really tough game. But I do still think we'll have enough to beat them. But I'm going to go for a really hard-fought 2-0. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. So I'm going to go hard-fought 2-0. Goal at each half.
Excellent. Michael Bowers?
I've either got 2-2 or 2-1, something stuck in my head. I don't know which way to go.
Do you want more thinking time? Because I know.
Go on then, yes. I'll think again.
Go on, Conrad.
Well,
we're going to win 2-1. I think we do concede because, a bit like I mentioned before, life imitating art, who was absolutely on 100% fire when we played down at Selhurst Park earlier on in the season. Bruce, I could see him letting in one that he probably should save, just to be like, after the high of the weekend, after the performance at Selhurst Park, not a shocker, but just something that you'd be like, oh, should he have got that? A bit like the Villa goal, where you're a bit like, should he have got that? But I still think we
back from Ballard that just
exactly. But I still think we have enough to beat them. Are we capable of scoring 2 goals in a game? That's the issue. But I'm going to go with a 2-1. So if you want to get your score prediction correct, don't pick 2-1, because I haven't even got one right this season, and we're 23 games into the season, and I haven't got one.
All right, screw it. I'll go 2-1 us then. I think if it ended a draw, I wouldn't be shocked, but I'll say 2-1.
Me and Michael aren't getting this.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't really take Conrad's advice there. Don't go with me. I've already wrote my predictions down. I've already wrote my predictions down and sent them to the lads in our group chat. So I'm sticking with my guns, and I've gone for 3-1 this one.
You said 8-0.
No, it was 4-0 for the third one.
Yeah, you said we were going to score like 20 goals in the next 3 games.
You said Luke O'Nien hat-trick. Count, bank on it now.
Listen, I've rubbed off on this chat. Giggity.
You've done what?
Because they're as optimistic as me. I'm going to go through the starred ones. Conrad, can you keep an eye on the bottom of the live chat and add any that come in while I'm reading through these ones? First, we got SJ3000 at 1-1. Paul Armstrong has gone Sunderland 2, Palace 1. Mr. Bo Jingles has gone 2-1 to Sunderland. John 8989 has gone 2-0. K Dodd 96 has gone 1-0 and naming Alderete to score it. Stephen Hewitt has gone 3-1 to Sunderland. Wolsey has gone 4-0. We also want a beating finally, not just a good oddball. And John Swinney said, I'm going for a 7-0 then. God, John. I hope you're right. That'll be an awesome live commentary. Sean Tomo, 3-1 win. I think we'll win 3-0, says SAFC Louis. 2-1 to the lads, says Paul Armstrong. It's a 1-1 again, lads, says Brian Greener.
Reggie Ross.
Oh, we can't do that. No, Reggie Ross. 2-0 Xhaka and Roofs because he can do anything, says Bean Laney. Love that one. Johnny Cool says 2-1 Sunderland. John Rosenbreyer says 2-0 and is named Brobby and Mundle. I love that combination. I get to play the clip and Mundle scores. SJ3000 has gone 1-1. We already got yours before. Sunderland 3, Palace 0. Miles of Sunderland is going for. Nice clean sheet there. Another clean sheet from John McKinney at 2-0 to Sunderland. John W has gone Sunderland 3-1. And L12 Bong has gone, I'm with Wayne, 2-0 to the lads. I'm getting better at that.
You are. Just to give you a breath there. That's the updated table now. We've made the corrections now that we've had a look at it there. So that should be right with everyone there. I think it was L12 Bong. It was Bo Jingles, and there was another one who had a point added on as well. I can't remember.
When did Bowers get 2?
He got 2 in a row, I believe. Bowers did earlier on in the season.
Shocking! It's his pessimistic draws and this terrible.
Exactly. Yeah. So he crept up in there as well. But yeah, John Swinney and Sai, whatever.
Can I just say quickly, though,
right out in the front?
Can I say I'm still, even despite what Mike said, I'm still ahead of him.
Yeah.
For now. The optimism will pay off sooner or later. Before we completely end here, big thank you to everyone in here. 137 people watching combined. It's also taking off well on Spotify. So if you missed anything during this, you can go on Spotify when you're driving to work and listen to it on there as well, which will be really helpful.
And Apple and Podbean as well. It's on Apple as well. So
there we go. Wayne is getting it absolutely everywhere. Lovely. So we're going to be going all over the world. And whichever channel you're watching on, Black Cats TV, Michael Bowers 541, or Only Fools and SAFC, make sure you've liked, subscribed, and you take the time to go around to the other channels and do the same there. And what we want to know now, Wayne, is what's coming up on Only Fools and SAFC?
Well, the match preview will be coming out tomorrow. Doing that probably tomorrow morning. I will be doing a match day vlog, if I remember my microphones for the weekend. So I'll be looking at that for the weekend. Then there'll be the match review coming. I think I'm also going to be on a Crystal Palace channel on tomorrow night, doing a preview for one of their channels as well. So that's coming up. So I'll put a link in my channel for that when it's done. Right, that's me for the next few days.
Don't be nice to them. Give them shit. Michael Bowers, what's coming up on your channel?
Well, hopefully a video on Saturday reacting to a win, but for Sunderland, but we'll see. At the minute, probably I'm just boring us out. I haven't got anything really planned over the next couple of days, but it'll just be a quick video after the game where hopefully I'll get it uploaded within an hour. We'll see what happens. Maybe I might start getting longer format videos, maybe do like some longer chat videos, and we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, thanks to everyone who has watched. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, but more importantly, subscribe to those two legends above me, and of course that legend, and I've got the wrong side again, that side there. Yeah, I've butchered that completely, haven't I? But yeah, that's what I'm going. Where are Sunderland finishing? Anyway, but yeah, thanks to everyone who has watched and listened. It means a lot.
Well, Conrad's in charge of our channel. I'm just the puppet. So Conrad, what's coming up on our channel? I've no clue.
So it's Conrad who's optimistic and not you.
Yeah. After our 2 transfer videos that we just did on the last few days there, tomorrow we have a mid-season review to see our predictions from the start of the season and how we're getting on there. So go and check out that one. How, favourite signings we made, how people are getting on. Palace preview on Friday, where I'm doing a show with a Palace channel as well tomorrow night. Wayne, is it the same one? Is it Eagle Eyed Palace? Are we on the same one?
Ellie. Is it Ellie?
No, then it's not. No.
Is this the same one, Conrad, we spoke to after the
Yes, it's with Rich, who we spoke to last time. Yes, so we'll be doing that one there. And then, I think, Mike, you're doing a live stream on Saturday for the game. And then we'll see what the week takes us.
Do I land plate?
Not quite, no.
No, he got fired when he went, where's the toilets? And they went, they're over there.
Crash. Excellent. Well, that's everything we need to say for this one. So thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you in another Midweek Mackems next week. And Wayne can now go to sleep after you listen to our wonderful outro.
So quick, ask more questions to keep them on longer.
I did want to mention. No, I'm not taking the mick, Wayne. I'm not taking the mick, Wayne. There has been the last
Wayne
couple
right
of these.
Now.
There has been quite a lot of questions in the last few of these. So I'm going to speak to the lads afterwards, and we're going to organise a night that we can do a full Q&A session. It might not be a Midweek Mackems Wednesday, but it might be an extra show we can throw in at some point, and we'll do a full question and answers where you guys get to answer all your questions. So because we can't get to them all.
Discord as well. There's been some bits and pieces in there as well, so we'll pull them through as well.
Yeah, and don't forget the Discord. It'll be linked in all the bottom of all the videos. Come and join the Discord. It's a good place to chat about Sunderland. So that's it now. I'll let you go now, Wayne. Bye, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Midweek Mackems, we're back on the show. Talking Sunderland and everything you know. Conrad's got the numbers, proper stats machine. Mike's optimistic, living out the Mackem dream. Ours keeps it steady.